Hello, welcome to my channel where we discuss the MCC laws of cricket. In this episode, we'll be discussing Law 22 white ball. In today's time, we've been seeing a lot of white ball calling, and there is a surprise in store for most commentators and players and spectators when they will see a different kind of interpretation of the white ball, because this very important amendment has been carried out in this particular law. We'll discuss it in a minute. Now, normally a white ball call in previous times used to be judged on the basis of two things: the position of the striker in a normal guard position, and secondly, the position in which he is when the ball has passed him. In both these circumstances, uh, both these situations, from both these positions, the ball should have passed wide of the striker, uh, shaping for a normal cricket stroke. Now I'll come in detail to that, but here let me touch upon what exactly is a wide in the definition of the law. If a ball is so wide of the batsman that he cannot play it with a normal cricketing stroke, it is not within the reach of a normal cricketer. His whole arm extended and the bat extended is a pretty long distance. It is not a normal, nobody plays there. It is much shorter than that, where we all know that it is a very subjective thing, that he can play a normal cricketing stroke to that particular delivery. That is what is the meaning of the law. So always bear in mind that it should be within reach of a normal cricketing stroke and not within reach as of a full extended bat, or maybe here or here. Here, of course, it is a ball which is going above my head, no ball, but say wide, that far. The bowler is not allowed that much of a leeway. Uh, Now, as I said, there were earlier two parameters to be applied: the position of a normal guard position. A normal guard position is what is stated in the law, uh, which means that it could be leg, two leg, middle, off stump. These are the normal guard positions. If a batter takes an abnormal guard position, which might be normal for him, he might do it maybe 6 inches outside the leg stump, if he prefers. Anybody will give him that guard. But if he does, it is an erratic, eccentric guard position which he has acquired. But we will not count his the wide reckon as wide from that position, but from a normal guard position. So actually, it has something to do with the wicket itself. Wide has to do something with the wicket itself, that it won't be too far away from the wicket, and again also not too far away from the position in which the batter, he is not a static person, he is not fixed in one place, he moves this way and this way, and the wide will be judged from that position also. What is his position on the within the crease when the ball passes him? Now, in addition, this has been the law earlier. Now, in addition, with effect from the third edition 2022, coming into effect from 1st October 2022, there is one more criterion which is added. This criterion says that the ball passes wide of where he has stood after the ball comes into play for that delivery. So there is a third position you have to see. Now the lawmakers have observed that strikers, while on the bowler is on his run up, the striker takes different positions within the crease. Sometimes he'll take a step towards the offside, sometimes towards the leg side, and goes sideways. Now he can no longer do it without penalty. The penalty in the law is that the wide will be reckoned also from that position, that eccentric position that he has taken. He has moved within the crease. So you might find, spectators and commentators might find it a matter of surprise that the wide has not been called, even though it under normal laws it was a wide. So what is essentially happening is there is a particular corridor in which the bowler is supposed to bowl, which may be very close on the off leg side, very close to the stumps here, and some distance away from the striker on the offside, very close to the return crease, that corridor, approximately 4 feet you might say. But if the striker has moved, say, taken 3 steps back while on the bowler one is run up, 3 steps back towards the return crease on the onside, now he has widened the corridor on that side by 3 feet. So, ball which is near return crease or even outside return crease on the leg side might not be called, because then from that eccentric position the ball is not a wide, because umpire will not will judge the wide from that position also. While it may be wide from the position where he has then gone into the offside to play a ball which is gone that side, or from his normal guard position, but the umpire will take into account that position which he temporarily held while moving within the creases, the 2 return creases, if he goes this way or that way. That is the third consideration which has now the umpires are supposed to apply. This is the gist of the present changes. So, in effect, instead of no longer, as I said, the batter will make those erratic movements within the crease without penalty. By doing so, he will widen the corridor that the bowler is supposed to bowl within. Say on the offside, he has taken a step while the bowler was on his run-up, he was standing in his normal guard position, say leg stump, and while the bowler was on his run-up, he took nearly a full stride towards the return crease on the offside, as if shaping to play the ball to the onside. He saw that the onside is vacant. Then he comes back to his original position in front of the stumps. Now, if the ball is bowled even outside the return crease on the offside, this ball is wide from the guard position, wide from his normal batting position or where he is presently, and it is not a wide from that erratic eccentric position that he took near the return crease. From that position also it has to be outside the reach of a normal cricketing stroke. So, to sum it up again, I might tell you that again, by this erratic behavior of his, he widens the corridor on the side in which he has moved, widens the corridor for the bowler to bowl. That is how this new law will work. Calling and signaling a wide ball, if the umpire adjusts a wide to be he shall call and say as soon as the ball passes the striker's wicket. However, which is important for any umpire to note, the wide shall be considered to have been a wide from the instant that the bowler entered his delivery stride. Though the call has been made after the ball has passed the striker's wicket, we are instructed to do that and not to call before it passes the striker's wicket. The wide ball call will take effect from the time the bowler entered his delivery stride, and the wide ball penalty will apply also from that position. The effect of this law is that necessarily if 1 run is required to win and the wide call is made effective from the moment the ball enters the delivery stride, the match is won at that point of time. The match is won at that point of time. So, there is no way a decision after that conclusion of the match, either stumped or hit wicket, either stumped or hit wicket, yes, will count. So, this will be the result of this particular law. As it is, for years we knew that off a wide stump will not be allowed, and if the match is all over, but now this is formalized and this is made part of the law, and the way they have done it is make the wide call effective backward from a earlier point. Therefore, the ball becomes dead at that point of time. So, at the moment of release, so to say, the ball is dead, when actually it isn't so, but technically it is made so, and therefore the decision there will not count.
Revoking a call of a white ball can be done in two ways. One, of course, if there is a no ball call also at the same time, you called white and your colleague calls no ball, so the white ball call is revoked. The no ball call will prevail and it will override. We saw in the no ball law that the over no ball call will prevail. And also, if by chance the striker, the umpire, by the merest chance has called the white a little bit early, it is possible that sometimes the striker may go to the reach the ball and play it, and reach the ball and play it. So, in that case, the no ball call has to be reversed. It has got to be, the white ball call has to be revoked. Now, the law goes on to tell us, state the law in a different way. Delivery not a wide. The umpire shall not adjudge a delivery as being a wide if the striker, by moving, either brings the ball within reach. So that means he is effectively cancelled that wide. What would have been by his gone moved in so much towards the ball that he has brought it within reach. So he loses that wide call. If he had stayed in his own position, he would have got the wide call. We've seen many instances in cricket over television and all, and even in the normal play, he tries to play that ball even though it was wide. Had he stood his ground and not done anything, it would have been a wide call. But the fact that he went and brought it within reach, the wide gets cancelled. Umpire will not reckon that a wide. And similarly, he also, by moving away from the line of the ball, causes the ball to pass out of reach. Causes the ball to pass out of reach. Again, there, wide ball will not be given. You will see that there is a position of the normal guard position. If he is not wide of his normal guard position, there is no way that is to be given. Because this works this way, that if he moves, it won't have any effect. He can have the effect of cancelling a wide, but by moving he cannot create a wide, because what will come in his way is the judgment about the ball being wide from the normal guard position. That will come in the way. That is how it operates. He cannot create a wide, though he can cancel a wide by moving. This is the effect of this. If the ball touches the striker's bat or person only as the ball passes the striker, that is the law, and the wide call will stand. He will not adjust the delivery, he will not call it a wide. Ball is not dead when a wide ball is called. The game has to continue, and any runs that may result will be given. Penalty for a wide is 1 run awarded instantly on the call of wide ball. Instantly on the call of wide ball, unless the call is revoked. This penalty shall stand even if a batsman is dismissed. We already know that of a wide, stumped and hit wicket are the two decisions which are allowed. Two stumped and the decision is allowed. And the run wide ball, I will turn, my colleague has given him out stumped, but I will still turn to the non-strike or the scorers and signal a wide and tell him that score 1, and also record that the batter is out. Either of these two ways, one, otherwise also there is. And also that will remain, and all other runs will apply, the boundary scored or whatever boundary scored, penalties, all that will apply. It will never get cancelled. The white ball cannot get cancelled unless the call is revoked. Now, all runs resulting from a wide, how they are scored. The wide ball goes to a single wide ball. All runs completed by the batters or boundary allowance together with the penalty shall be scored as wide balls. They will all go as wide. All byes will go as wide, because naturally there is no bye of a wide ball. Go to wides. There can be no leg bye. There can be no strike of the bat. So all runs which are scored will be, so it will, if the ball passes the batter wide, and wide is called and is missed by the wicket keeper and goes to the boundary, it will be 5 wides will be recorded there, 5 wides, and this will be debited against the bowler. And of course, if there are any 5 penalty runs an occasion there to award it, that will be recorded separately.
A wide shall not count as one of the over, as we very well know, and there are 4 ways shall be out, and there are 4 ways in which a batsman will be out of a wide ball: hit wicket, of course we've discussed this, obstructing the field, run out, and stumped. And obviously the others don't apply. These decisions will apply. He cannot be caught off a wide ball. Naturally, he doesn't strike it at all. So run out, stumped, obstructing the field, there can be no hit the ball twice, out of the question. Those things are ruled out because of the distance at which the ball has been bowled. So we have finished here with law 22, and this is an important law because of the recent changes made. I think there is a need for spectators and players and commentators to update their knowledge about this particular law, because very soon we see many of these white ball calls, especially in games limited by overs, where greater restriction is placed on the bowler. So that particular aspect is important enough to bear repetition. Let me tell you that by his erratic movement, eccentric movement within the crease, which we see very often by batsmen nowadays, especially in the limited overs game, it has crept into the white uniform game also. But in both cases, if the striker makes any eccentric movement within the crease while the bowler is on his run up, the umpire will judge the wide also from that position, besides the earlier 2, also from this position. And if he finds that from this eccentric position which he had temporarily taken, he's gone there and come back, gone just towards the return crease on the onside and came back, and the bowler bowls down the leg side. Now the ball would have passed where the batter actually stood. I think a lot of people are going to, he won't call that a wide. I think a lot of people are going to be a little surprised, express some surprise over a few wide calls before they understand why exactly the umpire has not called this a wide. So that finishes our wide ball law. In our next session, we will discuss the bye and the leg bye laws, and yes, the bye and the leg bye law. After that, law 24, fielders, absence and substitutes, we will take over as a separate session, because a pretty long one and involves a lot of things. Bye for now. See you.